With the possible exception of some very big ideas and a few core beliefs, nothing keeps Americans connected to each other like pipes. We simply wouldn't have a country without them, or a means to transport the essential stuff of life from point A to point B. I refer in no particular order to oil, water, natural gas, raw sewage, and of course, beer. Let's talk about oil. Every single day, 62 million barrels of petroleum flows through a vast series of interconnected pipes. Without pipes and pipelines, there is no energy. There's no energy policy. There's no electric grid. There's no indoor plumbing. Copper, steel, brass, iron, concrete, aluminum, plastic, PVC, whatever. Pipes are our nation's circulatory system. And tonight, we're going to meet a few of the people who build them. Skilled workers whose job is to keep us all connected and to show us how America works. Since their early introduction in the mid-1800s, pipelines have played a critical role in connecting every corner of these United States. And believe me, we have laid some serious pipes since then. So much, in fact, that the United States is now home to the largest pipeline network in the world, which channels everyday essentials beneath our feet and throughout our lives. They're the reason for running water, the interstates for oil and gas, and the great movers of, well, our movements. But keeping up with the needs of a growing nation requires near constant expansion, and never more so than right now. Thanks to new construction and growing developments across the country, America will need to bury another 20,000 miles of pipeline this year alone. And it's on companies like Kinder Morgan, along with contractors like Lutex, to make that happen. Here in Western Alabama, nearly 100 of their personnel are working day in and day out to haul, weld, and bury a further 3 miles of pipe. Pipe that will bring natural gas to some 20,000 new homes and businesses. But with those now nearing completion, workers here have just under a week to get this pipeline in place. And to stay on schedule, they'll need to bury no less than 1,000 feet of it each and every day. It's the kind of pace that would make most pipeliners drop their shovels and walk off into the hills. But not guys like stringing crew foreman Jared Harvey, whose sole responsibility is to make sure there's plenty of pipe to work with.
Go ahead. The stringing crew brings in all the pipe and sets it down and gets it ready for the bending and the pipe gang to come through. It's a never-ending battle every day.
He's not kidding, you know. Don't worry, you'll see. But if Jared and his fellow pipeliners do everything just right, here's how the overall process should go. First, bulldozers are sent in to clear a path for the pipe. Then, guys like Jared will truck in and offload a string of pipe sections, 3 at a time. After that, bending crews will pass through to, you guessed it, bend any of the pipes that need to fit the lay of the landscape. From there, welders will join the sections before the pipe can finally be lowered into a ditch and buried. And that is how our pipelines go to ground. But first things first.
All right, we got another truck coming in. We're gonna throw skids under the pipe, set it on the ground. For that,
Jared will use a piece of machinery custom tailored for moving large sections of pipe, one that relies mainly on suction.
This is the VacuWorks vacuum. It pulls the suction on it, holds it with about 30 pounds of vacuum, and that piece of pipe weighs around 16,000 pounds, and I've picked up a lot heavier with them. Line me up end to end down there. Skids down.
Once the last of these pipes are in place, Jared's team will move to their next location of the day. But, as one of his colleagues is about to point out, they may first have to handle some traffic control.
No. It's just a little tight right here, and we got to try to get this truck out. Sometimes it's hard to back up steerable axle trailers.
Complicating matters more, is the fact that this tight squeeze is bordered by active pipelines that are already underground, and if run over, could take on damage.
We've got 3 other gas lines running over here, and that truck's about 30,000 pounds, and they don't want them driving on it. You think you can get turned around up there in that wide spot? It ain't too far. Without getting on these lines over here? Okay. Go ahead and open them gaps. All the way out. Oh, yeah, he got it. That's good. All right, that's all we're gonna put in here. Let's go over to the pond dam and grab your daddy's truck.
While Jared and his men make their way to the next location, further back down the line, crews are already hard at work, welding, hoisting, and lowering pipe into the ground. But before any of that can happen, some of these 80-foot sections will need to be bent. And that is where bending crew boss Ramon Espinosa comes in.
The bending crew is one of the first ones that get out there in the field. In this crew, I have, I think, about 6 people. My job is to relay the job tasks to them and make sure they do it right.
It's a tedious process with little margin for error, but the concept is simple enough. Basically, Ramon and his men need to ensure that these pipes match the slopes of the surrounding terrain. And as Ramon has come to learn, there's no shortage of those.
You can see the ground, how it dips down a little bit here. That would be a sag, trying to work its way up. And then you'll obviously pair it up with an overbend. Overbend means you're over bending over an obstacle, and sag, you're sagging it down.
For the moment, Ramon will need to give his latest pipe a 3-degree sag. But first, they'll have to take a few measurements.
It's really important to have the measurements exactly how they are, because any foot less, it could get us off of, balance. This will be your end of the joint pipe, which is right there, and that flag right there, that will be your bend. So you just bring it to the pipe.
And with that, it's time for this pipe to get bent. A process that requires a side boom for transport, a bending machine for, take a wild guess, and as always, Ramon for guidance.
6. Those marks, they're to show the bender that he has 6 pulls of ½ degrees to make his degrees. So that's the reason why we put 6 lines, so he can know, in 2 lines you'll have a degree.
And with those 6 lines now bent, this pipe should have the 3-degree angle Ramon and the boys were looking for. But there's only one way to be sure.
As you see right now, what he has in his hand is a protractor. He's gonna check the degrees out to make sure he has the 3 sag. Good, Chad? So he has the 3 sag. See that sag right here? Starts right here. You can almost see it from far away.
Once these sections of pipe are put back in place, they'll wait for the next crew to align them together via side boom. Then they'll finally be ready for this guy, Master Welder Dylan Thomas, whose goal today will be joining some 3 sections before quitting time, all with the help of his partner Lee, and more importantly, his custom-built welding truck.
It is 100% mine, so all my time and money goes into that rig, making sure it's up to date, making sure all the maintenance is good, so it keeps me on the job.
As for this job,
Got your temp stick?
the guys will preheat the pipe to 200 degrees, which should prevent any unwanted cracking. Then they'll team up with some fellow welders to knock this joint out in tandem.
This pipe is so big, you need a partner, and also if you weld on this side, you're putting too much heat stress on this side, and this side's still cold. You could crack that side out. You ready, Mr. Mike?
Oh, yeah.
An experienced operator like Dylan can create about 16 feet of weld per day. But since this pipe will be moving natural gas, every inch of these welds must be absolutely airtight.
Now that we got it all the way capped out, we're gonna look at it real good, make sure there's no visible holes or anything with the weld, and then we're done with it. We'll go to the next one and do it all over again.
But not just yet. Because upon close inspection, it seems there's still a little patchwork to be done here.
And we do have one little pinhole, so I'm about to go ahead and grind it out and just fix it real quick. Come on, Lee, buff it. You done broke my